to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to redecorate my place with things that I already own, things that are shoved away in closets, or things that I just want to kind of revamp and restyle in a different room. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. I feel like every spring I really get the urge to kind of revamp my house, bring in some new like fresh things. But right now I'm obviously not able to really go shopping, aka go to TJ Maxx, which is really sad for me. So I'm gonna go shopping in my own house. I basically am gonna go around room to room in any area that I'm not loving. For example, this little table behind me, I'm not really loving how I have it situated right now. So I'm gonna just bring all of my like kind of styling props, my candles, my plants, bowls, plates, like anything, and I'm gonna bring it all in one area and then kind of restyle any room that I feel needs a little help. So basically going shopping in my own house, and we're gonna redecorate. So we got a lot of work to do. Hope this inspires you guys too, to just go shop around your house, open up those closets that you have shoved full of stuff, and try to make it new. I don't know, I feel like it's the best we can do right now. So yeah, I'm excited to try it out, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is basically just walk around my house and gather anything that I feel could maybe go better in a different area. So anything that I've styled that I'm just like not obsessed with. Some things I feel like I know I wanna keep, so I won't pull everything, but just certain areas, like I said, this table I'm not obsessed with. So just stuff that I feel like, I don't know, I need a refresh, need to restyle, I'm gonna do that. So I'm walking around my house right now and basically going to grab anything that I see. Alright, here are the things that I pulled. So I kind of pulled any of my vases and I put them here. Those back there are all my books that I kind of decorate with. I have some candles, a couple plants that I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with, more candles, like a bowl, and then I actually have some art that I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with. So basically going to start from this pile and just start going around my house. What I think I'm gonna do is basically start in my main room. So that's kind of like this area, goes into my kitchen, aka those flippin' shelves that I've done so many times and I'm still not happy with them. And I'm gonna decorate this room first just because it's the room that we're in the most and most people like see. It's just definitely like the main area of our house. So I want that to look the nicest, and then I'll slowly move probably to like our bedroom, our guest room, and then fill in whatever else I have. But I'm gonna start in here and see what I can do. This is the first area I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do this table. A gallery wall is eventually gonna go here. I just haven't quite figured it out yet. So it kind of looks a little bare no matter what I put on this table, but I'm gonna start here. I think I might shift over everything just a little because it feels just a little like misplaced. So that's what I'm gonna start with. So I moved everything over just slightly, and then I have these for a little footstool there. And then I brought this vase with these long branches because I felt like without art here right now, eventually obviously there will be, everything just seemed like on the same plane and it just looked really kind of dinky. I don't know, it was weird. I'm not really sure if the branches are like super my vibe. I feel like pampas grass or something that would look really cool in there, but I feel like it did need height. So I'm gonna work with this, see if there's anything like small that I can add to this table so it's not just that. But we do sit here and read or have coffee, so I don't wanna like over style that table because it's not obviously a huge table. So let's see from here what we could add. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this area like this for now. It's pretty simple, but I feel like until I get art on this wall, it's not really gonna feel complete to me. So for now, I think this is good. I swapped out the pillow and then obviously added just those two little things here, and I feel like the height was definitely a good call. A tip that I have is basically just to take a picture of your area that you're styling and just see if you like it. So I just took a picture of this and I feel like it's cute. So we're gonna just move on to the next area. Okay, next are these shelves behind me. If you have been following my vlogs for a while, you know that I have styled those suckers probably like, I don't know, once a month. And I just like can't get it right. I don't know, I love open shelving, but it is literally the hardest thing to decorate, at least for me it is. So what I'm gonna do is I still have a bunch of stuff up there, but I'm just gonna like grab a bunch of stuff from this table, bring it over there, and just sit there and like play around with it until it starts to feel good. I don't know, I struggle with the balance between having like a ton of stuff up there and it looking messy, but then I also don't want it to look like super minimal because I think that just looks a little weird, especially in that area. So I gotta find like the perfect balance, and I'm just not quite there yet. I might actually try this big plant. Okay, so I cleaned off my shelves. I'm gonna start with a blank canvas and just start decorating. I would say one of the bigger things about open shelving, or just shelving in general, is that you want to create a really good balance. So you don't want like one side to be really full and heavy and then the other side to not feel that way. You want it all to be very balanced. And you don't want like a bunch of tall things on one side and then a bunch of shorter things on the other. You kind of want to like work as like these are actually one piece, not just like your top shelf looks good and then your bottom doesn't. You have to have them like kind of all go together and feel very balanced as a whole. So that is like one of the harder parts, is you just gotta like, I feel like working up close like this is good, but then you also have to go like step back and just like kind of feel it out, see if it feels balanced to you or not, and that is what my goal is. So I'm gonna turn on music and start decorating. Here is where I'm gonna leave it for now. Just to kind of talk through what I was talking about when I was mentioning like having balance in your shelves. So this pot and this fruit bowl are the two heavier pieces that I have. So I didn't want to put them on the same shelf or like right next to each other when I look at the whole thing. So I put those opposite of each other. And then I wanted to bring up some height here because the wall is a little higher. So I put this little cutting board, and then I put a bunch of this pink glassware that I got at an antique store. I feel like it's a very light, but still adds texture. I didn't want to just not put anything. So I put glass there and then another glass pitcher there. So that's kind of what I mean by balancing, just kind of having it all feel good together. And then in the center, I kind of kept more of our actual plates and stuff. We use these every day, so I wanted to have those on the lower shelf because this is a little high for me to be like reaching all the time. So yeah, this bowl we keep like our onions and stuff, and then obviously that's our fruit bowl. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I think it looks nice, and it's just like a little freshened look than what I had going on before. So yay. Next, I'm gonna basically move down to my counter here. So I don't keep out a lot of appliances. I just don't really like what that looks like. And I usually have this little wicker basket like tray thing down here because it kind of breaks up all the black on my counter. And it's a lot of space right here that I just feel like it looks empty if I don't have anything. So I'm gonna play around with this, maybe put a couple of these things on there, see if that looks better, and maybe try one other tray that I have. But that is what I'm gonna do next. Okay, so I actually ended up keeping it really simple. I just put this glass vase and a candle because I do like to burn candles right here. So I think I'm just gonna keep it like that. I feel like the shelves have a lot going on, so it just looks nice and clean with just those two things. So that's that. Okay, I'm gonna clear off this table just because this is like one of the main areas in my kitchen. So I wanna clear it off and kind of stylize it with a couple things and just make sure that looks cute before we move on. So I'm going to basically just move everything over here. I kept this area also pretty simple. I just did this candlestick and little glass vase with some dried wheat, and then put a bunch of pillows and blankets on the bench. But we obviously sit here a ton and we eat here, so I didn't want to like overcrowd the table, and I just like how simple and clean it looks. I think the next room that I'm going to do is our guest room because it is on this main floor and it is seen a lot, especially more than our bedroom. And I know a lot of this stuff will go in there. So I'm going to move to our guest room now and see what kind of restyling I can do in there just to freshen things up. So I'm basically going to carry all of this stuff in there and get to work. So I just cleaned off this little trunk that I have, and I'm gonna restyle that. I'm gonna leave everything on the walls. I'm not gonna really mess with that. Okay, and then I need to redo this bed because I stole the pillow off it, and now I just had to like kind of figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Of course, I'm gonna keep the art, and then I'm going to restyle all this because I took a bunch of stuff off of it and it's not looking great. Kind of like this plant. This plant is, I don't know, some of it's thriving and clearly some of it's not. This is literally like half and half. I don't know, it's like the ugliest plant, but I feel bad throwing it out. I should just trim off all the dead leaves. It probably would look way better. So yeah, on to the guest room, see what we can do. In here, I'm gonna start with this just because this kind of needs the most styling. So I'm gonna put a bunch of books on here just because I have a lot of like really pretty books that I want to put out. So I'm gonna start with that. Okay, here is what I have so far. I just put 2 pieces of art in the back and then I kind of built out from that. So I just stacked up some books, filled this little butt vase with some dried floral, have this little wooden guy, I have a little incense burner right here, and then of course this big vase that was here before. But I like this, it feels clean yet styled and kind of has some fun things on it, so I'm gonna leave that for now. All right, so for this nightstand, I'm gonna keep it pretty simple just because this is our guest room and I don't want it to be like super high maintenance or anything. So I'm just gonna put this cute little plant here, and then I have this little gold tray that I think I'm gonna just set here, and then I actually filled it with a bunch of stuff for guests. So this is lotion, these are little mints, and then I have some towelettes and some Q-tips just for, you know, just little things that they might want when they're staying here. So I think I might just leave that. Maybe I'll put like a little candle here because that might be nice. And then this lower part, I might add a couple books and call that a day because I don't think it needs much more. Now onto the bed. I used to have this really pretty linen pillow on here, which I think I might end up putting back. I was gonna put it on our actual bed, but it just, I feel like it's too much upstairs, so I think this one has to go. And I'm just gonna remake this bed and we'll see what it looks like. I think that looks a lot better. It's just really clean, all white basically, except for that pillow. And yeah, I think we're good with the guest room. Okay, the last room that I'm gonna do is our master bedroom, which since we moved here, I just haven't been really happy with. I did not like the bedding I chose, and I felt like it kind of overpowered the whole room. So I recently upgraded and I got this linen bedding from West Elm. It's a lot more natural. I didn't want to go all white, but I didn't want anything super overpowering, because the last bedding I chose was like a pink or a peachy color with texture on it, so it was just very loud, and I felt like it was cute, but it almost felt more of like a college girls room, not really like a master bedroom for me and my husband. So I went with a much more natural bedding, and I already love it so much more. So now I'm gonna add some things to our nightstands and just make this an even better situation, and I hope that it turns out. Here is what I'm working with. So this is my new bedding, which I love so much more than what I had on before. It just seems very clean and nice, and I love it. So now I'm gonna kind of add a couple things to this little nightstand, and I think we'll be done with this area. So here is all I added. So I added a little vase with some tall pampas grass and a little candle, and I like how clean it looks, and I think I'm happy with that. So next I'm going to do art that goes right here, because when you walk in I feel like that's the wall you see and it just looks too bare. I used to have a big painted canvas, but I'm actually going to do some watercolor art and frame them right here, which I'm going to do tomorrow, but I'll insert clips right here to show you guys what it looks like. And that is what they look like in the end. I think they turned out super cute. I really like them. I think that is it for this video. I hope that you guys are inspired to go shopping in your own home and just give your house a little spring update with things that you already have. I already love these areas that I redid so much more, and they feel fresh and new, even though all of it is stuff that I had. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!